It was way back in 1997. We started a project in Jamnagar called Reliance Industries Refinery. The quantum of that steel project was 60,000 metric tons. Then for the organization handling 60,000 metric tons, you can see what Indian Railways maximum projected steel tonnage today. You can see in 97 it is a big tonnage for any project to go up. Unlike steel buildings for residential buildings or PEBs, what we are handling is a hydrocarbon project. It is full of steel and we are in CM5, very corrosive environment, and in a seismic zone. All complexities are there. One is the quantity, another is design requirement. Of course, we are known for our schedule-driven projects. So, schedule is again another problem. And critically, when we know that this type of mega projects have to be handled, as an organization, a lot of infrastructure was prepared. We could able to make the first project in time, 60,000 metric tons. It was our next project, second project in JERP, that is Jamnagar Export Refinery project. We did a quantum of 150,000 metric tons of structural steel. Here, more than making steel, it was more on generating work front continuously and bringing all the contractors to work for the same project, irrespective of whether it's a field welding, field joining, quality control, surface preparation, high standard structures was the need. We promoted entire project scenario to completely bolted structures in our journey. The first thing why we did that is, when we took any project cycle, all of you would have executed many projects, I know for sure. If I ask you, in this project cycle, which area has less challenges? You can just give me some insight. Which area has less challenges? Every area has equally good challenges. If we miss out something in the initial stage of project, we are going to have difficulty and it will have cascading effect later on in the project. We know for sure in all these 4 stages of cycle, whatever we define as a project cycle, we need equal attention. So during implementation stage, if we do not take those steps which have to be taken care in the initial part, will have real impact, particularly schedule and quality. Then I thought, if Avanit wants me to give an insight on challenges, and if I want to give some list which I know, well, there may be pretty well different list with everyone. If I ask you to make a list of challenges, it will go endless. The best thing what we can address today is what is internal problems. There are challenges from client, there are challenges due to market. Today, steel market is different because market fluctuations. But internal challenge, definitely with my experience in the same field for many years, I can share whatever the learnings I have learned in my journey. If I look at any project, safety will be one of the major problem in any steel business. Whether it is high-rise buildings, whether it's a power project, hydrocarbon project, safety overrides any other requirements. If we are not safe enough to handle, if we don't know how to erect, If you don't know how to handle steel, you cannot make a project. Of course, security is very important because of data threats and many more. And it becomes essential to have a project scheduling in line with the time scale. It's not just a schedule, the end date, what to start when, how to start it, what shall be the sequence. That is more important to a steel project. I am talking about a project today what I am handling, which has 480,000 metric tons of steel. I know my friends, some of my service supporters are here, they know me. In our journey, their support, their contribution is very high. For handling 480,000 tons, unless you make the project sequencing, it is impossible for you to know where you stand. Standardization of engineering also becomes essential because this particular project, we are working with different DECs, detail engineering contractors, which includes Floor, Bechtel, Lindes, Technimount, Jacobs, name them. All of these world-class detailers are giving us detail engineering, and they have been detailed. Structural detailing is done by many of you who are in this conference room. And of course, we have more than 25 agencies working on detail engineering. Handling 480,000 tons with all the constraints of Indian rolling industry, depending on JSPL or depending on some of the good suppliers in India, we have to source something from outside also. The planning of material, control of source management also becomes important. Of course, as earlier we have discussed, contractors, vendor qualification, this is also a big challenge. And maintaining productivity without compromising quality is a key issue, key challenge. Logistics, of course, a problem anywhere, any business will have logistics problems, workforce related issues, and change management, that is revisions. Most of my projects today's projects are running with parallel engineering. Project is not waiting for complete engineering to be over, then you start, like any architectural job or any high-rise building, probably, I don't know. But utilities will remain under engineering in the complete project completion cycle. Utilities, we will not be able to really close it. Similarly, some of the elevations, looks, colors, we have to change based on the availability of product which we are initially thought of. But project like what we are handling in hydrocarbon or power sector, as all of you agree, engineering is going to be dynamic till the project is over. It's all because the temperature, so many parameters which governs the steel shapes. Then I thought it is good I address specific to more towards steel. Detailing with multiple DECs, dealing with agencies to receive uniform input. This is a real challenge. We should know which platform I have to choose for my detailing, which platform have good interaction with exchanging the data from PDS to maybe the Tekla, PDS to some other platform where we are doing detailing. And I have to see that all these detailers are with the same version, with a good backup, that is, they are working on the right version. so that we can rely on them, and they should be sound enough to handle a large project, and establishing communication protocol, exchanging data with them. These are all real challenges we really face to get a uniform input. At the same time, once we are able to make the inputs ready, it is equally important for us to have a right proportion of manpower at site. If whatever the large manpower we are mobilizing, if the proportion of manpower, their skill set is not matching, then it becomes difficult for us to execute a job. We switched over more advanced technologies, like going more into the drilling lines, made 100% bolted joints. We can say the field joints are as less as 1 or 2% of entire lot. Again, it is to have better control of welding at a fabrication environment under shops. In our journey, we have to source some steel from outside, fabricated steel, because whatever the contractors we have, qualified contractors we have in Indian market, we have used them. In addition to that, we need to source something from outside. We have mobilized the best of the best contractors in India: L&T, GDC, Simplex, Punjulite. To fill that gap, whatever the gap is there, we have sourced something from other countries also. To get this required skill set, we started our craft center. We have used our own craft center where we train people. We train welders. A normal man who has the interest to learn and wants to become a welder, they can become welders there, and we can use them after qualification. And we have our own shops which are producing almost 1 lakh metric tons they have produced in-house. And our peak production was almost 35,000 tons in a month. That is more than 1,000 metric tons of structural steel we are producing every day. Not every working day. Working day it will be almost 1,500 tons plus we have produced every day, if you take only working days. And to have this sustained peak output, if we take this project like any other project, just place an order, let the steel be ready, then I will pick up a contractor, then we'll go for different tendering and all, then we'll start doing it. It's going to take a long time. To kill that time, we have adopted steel production as a process. We want to have sustained inputs, sustained output. To have this output, if we depend totally only on conventional methods, it is impossible. We have to bunch up operations, we have to bunch up drilling, cropping, all that on single unit. We have sourced many best equipment available in industry. We can proudly say we have some of the best equipment in the industry, more than 27-30 batches of steel drilling machines, CNC machines, cutting, shaping, coping machines. Without losing the identity, we can produce these components at large. And ensuring matching front. This is whoever is in the project scenario, they can understand how important to generate a backlog. If we do not generate backlog, we cannot mobilize people. If we have mobilized people and we do not have backlog, we are going to see this difficulty. People will ask for idling. So, ensuring matching front, we have developed in-house software which can handle the complete project, and every day we know what is the matching front with each of the individual contractors. But this is a real challenge. This is a real challenge every day we had to face. And dealing with design complexities and NDE requirements. If you see the recent revision in 800, as Mr. Sood was mentioning, about limit stress, working stress requirements. We have adopted the new code. We are in seismic zone. There is a lot of requirement of CJP, complete joint penetration. We cannot have a welder under section 9 with only 3G qualified welders. We need to qualify welders both in 2G and 3G to get really sound welding. We are the client, we are the owners, so we need a sound quality welding. There is no compromise on quality, and at the same time we cannot compromise on schedule. So we have adopted joints with CJP and with NDE qualification. This actually is this requirement because of 800 revision only we have to adopt this. And painting and traceability an issue. Our 60,000 metric tons initial project, our 1,50,000 metric tons second project, and present project 4,80,000 metric tons third project, all are having 3-coat painting. We know without painting quality, it is impossible to have steel structures for a long run. That too in an environment where refinery petrochemical projects are. So these painting, including what type of media we have to adopt for painting, what surface preparation, what are the tests we have to make it. It's a real challenge. In what my own experience is we do take surface preparation seriously in Indian steel industry. We have taken steel from outside, we have purchased steel fabricated structures from outside, and we have outsourced in India also. We have good technocrats, very intelligent teams, very strong detailing abilities. But the area of concern I really see is the painting. We take it very easy. We search for some shortcuts. If surface preparation is taken seriously, we are at par with any other country who is supplying fabricated steel. I have seen countries, very, very small organizations producing beautiful structures, but just because lack of surface preparation and painting, the appearance is lost. It's not just the appearance, the life of the steel depends on your painting. If corrosion is a challenge, the way out is to give surface painting. And if as an industry we adopt a different approach to painting and stages of checking, quality checks, definitely our image in steel market will go up. We need not go to outside buying steel. Now I know a lot of industries have come up in India who are having CNC equipment, lot of automation, and we have technologies with us. We are one of the largest producers of towers. I know way back in tower industry we are one of the topmost producers. We are also one of the largest detailing support services in India as a country. If we adopt good quality painting system and traceability on components what we are supplying, I am sure very soon we will see very big, large projects totally depending on steel without any hesitation. We have adopted even barcodes and RFIDs to traceability because I am talking about those things. Normally average components in a metric ton is approximately 5 to 10 in hydrocarbon sector. It will be less in power because more bigger bulk of components will be there. So unless we establish a good amount of traceability, it is impossible for different contractors to work together in the same project without searching for material and loss of material. So we have adopted even hard punching, RFIDs and barcoding. Use of advanced technologies for development and implementation of rigging schemes in congested area. This is another big problem. When we have a project where parallel activities have to go without break, that is every place, every corner of the project, you need an occupation. You want people to engage. You want people to work and see some portion of progress is created. At the same time, without compromising the safety, you need to have advanced technologies. We have adopted SPMTs. Most of our structures, we normally do paneling, we do modular assemblies and lift them together. But when you do modular assembly, when you do paneling, you need something to transport, and that transport should be safe enough. So these are the challenges I thought I must share with you. I am sharing these challenges with you not because we have done something wonderful, just because I am into that industry where my roles and responsibility gives me an opportunity to head this EPC organization of structures. I would like to share these experiences with you and proudly say we can do much bigger projects than what we have been doing earlier. In 97, I thought 60,000 is the maximum tonnage. In 2006, when we did 150,000 tons, people inside the country and outside, even the software people, they applaud and they said this is the biggest project. Even I felt okay, it's one of the biggest project. I may not be able to do bigger project than that. But as we forward, today we could able to make a project with 450,000 tons. The project is still on, and we have completed fabrication almost 80%. Erection is almost 50 to 60% erection is completed. There are other challenges. As the code demands, we need pre-tensioning of bolts. Pre-tensioning happened all the way only in piping for many years. We need those who are skilled, who are having skills to work in shutdown environment with big hydraulic equipment where they can generate 5,800 Newton meter torque strength, which is not safe to handle by a normal manual means. We have to mobilize more than 307 or 350. We have mobilized almost 350 teams. We made our own training. We have developed different techniques using this. So in a project journey, there will be challenges. Every challenge teaches something. I am sure whatever I shared will help you to understand that we can do this still much bigger than what we really think. My sincere submission to all project team is, let us not leave our learnings. The moment whatever the project one teaches you, if you neglect it, again that is going to repeat. And knowingly the learnings are very important, we keep doing mistakes. Small things, particularly the basics, anything which is a basic in our business needs more attention. And always integrate people who has similar knowledge. This type of platforms help us meeting them. We as individual persons, our teams may not have all solutions with us, but if we have people or sources where they can be addressed, where we can seek some help, that's good enough. That's a blessing. So I thank this organization for generating such opportunity, giving platform for people to share their experience. Thank you.